Being transgender has definitely greatly impacted my life in both positive and negative ways. I think growing up, I experienced a lot of gender dysphoria, which was really difficult to deal with. But then on the flip side, coming through that and feeling like I can connect with myself and becoming my honest self has been the most rewarding experience I've been through. And so it's definitely brought mixed emotions for me.
Cerebral palsy's impacted my life, well, by the obvious. It affects my legs and I can't walk. And I can weight bear, and transfer onto a chair, onto a bed and things like that. But that's about it really. I don't really think about it, to be honest, because I was born with it. So I'm used to finding new ways of doing things.
Having my injuries and being a physio, it's brought like an additional skill that somebody else doesn't have. And whilst you can see a disability as something that might hold you back in some ways, I feel like it's opened so many doors and so many others.
Survivor has impacted in my life because it's opened a lot of opportunities, such as if I hadn't been a burn survivor, then I wouldn't have been adopted, then wouldn't have traveled around the world to see various places and actually live in this country, met the people that I've met today. So I guess it's just like everything happens for a reason.
Disability, my journey, I was born with just one leg, so congenital hip defect, a birth defect. And I wore a prosthetic leg from as early as I could walk. And that was mainly just because I didn't know any better. As a child, you want to kind of blend in and be quote unquote normal.
In order to get more in front, you have to have more behind making the decisions, right? And that's what, if you're disabled, that's whether if you're black, it's like, we need people in those positions that can choose the people to be in front of camera. So whether it's in a boardroom, whether it's on behind the scenes of companies, whatever it is, just getting people into those positions that can make the decisions that allow like a wholesome representation. Because again, we rely on these companies to like represent and work for us, but ultimately if they haven't got any lived experience or understand the nuances of like my life or your life or anyone's life, it's difficult to be able to relate.
I think the way it's impacting me is like I can do anything I want regardless of, because I get people telling me all the time, Glenys, you drive, you travel, you do this. I don't know how to drive and I don't have a disability. So I think
I don't focus on the things I can't do, because otherwise it would be too depressing. So you focus more on the things that you can do, and problem solve. And
inclusivity is something that, to be honest, I was completely unaware of before I was someone who was unincluded. And I think that that's often the challenge with the world, is the people that shout about it are the people who aren't included, and the people who are included who can make a difference don't know what it's like to not be included, so don't put it to the top of their priority list.
I think that there were definitely lots of healthcare professionals that didn't have the skills or the training to be able to provide me with what I needed, and I spent a lot of time kind of jumping through hoops trying to get doctors to prescribe me the right things.
And then slowly, as I came to terms with my condition and my journey, I understood that, this is just my path and I need to utilize my experience to get to where I want to be. It made things a lot easier, don't get me wrong. There's still times where I'm wavering and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But yeah, as soon as you understand that your timeline is not anybody else's timeline, and it's never too late to succeed, whatever that means in your eyes, then I think you're able to like go in the direction you want to go in a little bit smoother for sure. So that's kind of the advice I'd give, man. Don't compare yourself to others.
It's only when I got to kind of my late years, wore the leg less, just as an adult you get a bit more comfortable in yourself. And that's where almost things kind of took off for me, where I started to get into sports. I played wheelchair basketball. That got me into a fitter and more active lifestyle. Then got a personal training qualification, which then kind of thrust me into the fitness industry, which I didn't really feel I had a place in. But lo and behold, 7, 8 years later, I'm here, quite a prominent platform which I'm using to help inspire other people. And the disability hasn't really held me back. I think it's showing others that it doesn't matter what kind of situation you're in, what ability, what age, you can improve your health and well-being. And there's really no kind of limits or limitations in doing that.
I haven't been included just because of your legs. I don't think you'd be able to do that, but you've not asked me, and it's made me feel very left out. And that's not how it should be, because you don't know my ability to do anything.